What's going on, guys? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to add external antenna leads to your G5Ar from T-Mobile. Now, this is going to be a great way to add an external antenna to hopefully improve speed, but more importantly, to improve that signal strength and signal quality. Now, I'm not quite ready to give my full review on these dual quad minis that I have from Waveform, but my initial results have been really good. I'm pretty much maxing out my download and upload capacity at the moment, but there will be a full review coming up later, so stay tuned to that. I just want to show you in today's video how to crack it open, how to add those external antenna leads, and again, just hopefully overall improve your T-Mobile home internet experience. I've been with T-Mobile for about 2 or 3 years at the moment, and it just gets better and better for me. Speed gets much better, but this is one way that you can definitely improve your experience when it comes to having 5G home internet. Let's get to it. Let's go ahead and add our external antenna leads to the G5Ar. Now, I recommend that you guys buy a separate one on eBay. I got this one for about 45 bucks shipped, and I just don't want to ruin the one that's supplied from T-Mobile because they will charge you north of 200 bucks if they see any type of tampering with your device if you happen to send it back. So for $45, I would just suggest you guys buy another one. Keep that T-Mobile one as backup, or if you're confident in your skills and your abilities, go ahead and open it up. But T-Mobile's terms of service might change. They might start looking at these devices a little bit more with a magnifying glass to see if they've been modified. In any event, you have a G5Ar that you want to add some external leads to. You also need some plastic pry tools. I'd recommend some painter's tape because you are going to have to label the actual leads so you know which antenna lead connects to which port. And I also recommend, guys, that you get a pretty decent slim type of screwdriver set. This one is from Rebel. I'll leave links to all of these tools that you're going to need down in my description. And when it comes to the leads, guys, not all of them are created equal. Again, these are the ones that I used on my old G4Ar, and this one is actually pretty thin, and the connectors definitely did break on me just a little bit. And when I had to replace those black ones, I did find this one from 2O-Link, which are actually really sturdy, and they have different sizes. This happens to be a 12-inch, but they have smaller sizes if that's what you need. But the main thing is the connectors are a lot more durable, a lot more forgiving, a lot better quality than some of these other ones. So I got a 2-pack here. We're going to need 8 in total because this is 8x8, and you need some black tape as well. The first thing we need to do is go ahead and get rid of these 2 screws on the bottom. And once again, you can see that T-Mobile is putting that warranty seal right in plain sight. And that's why I said it's always better just to get a secondary one because you don't want to be charged 220 bucks or more. You just don't want to do it. It's really not worth it. Now that we've got the 2 screws out, just kind of put them to the side so you don't lose them. We have to pop open this front panel here, and that's where a plastic pry tool is going to come in handy. So what you want to do is just kind of start from the corner and get a small one that's actually going to fit. There we go. We just popped it right out, and this should just come off pretty nicely. Again, just kind of be careful with all this equipment, especially if you're using the ones supplied from T-Mobile. So now we get to see the insides of the G5Ar, and these are all the leads that we're going to have to connect to. Again, be very gentle. So now we just got to remove a couple of these screws here to take out this piece of the G5Ar. And we're going to use the same Torx T10 screwdriver. Take out the two ones on the sides. You got one right here, one right here. Then you have a deep one right in the center, as well as one way under there. So a total of 4 screws that we have to take out. Let's go ahead and take this one out here. All of these screws seem to be about the same size, but I'm still going to try and keep them in order here. Now that we've got all the 4 screws off, again, 2 on the sides, one here, one deep on the inside right there, as well as one right behind that plate, we can now finally take this off. So let's be pretty gentle with it. I actually do have a mouse pad that I can use just in case. Now, a trick that I've found is you actually turn this upside down because there are some clips right on the inside that have that kung fu grip on the motherboard here. But let's just go ahead and take this out. Put this one to the side. And now we can check out all the components on the G5Ar. So the next part is going to be more cosmetic, but I'm sure you want this to look pretty nice. You want to be able to put those leads right through the top here and make it look somewhat pleasurable, especially if you have to stare at this thing all the time. But if you didn't want to do that, say you had a Dremel or something, you could just drill right through the top if that's something you want to do. But I actually want to make it look nice, so I'm going to remove these clips from the side here. I gotta say that was the trickiest part so far. What I found makes it easier if you do 2 clips at a time and then push it out on one side, then push it down on the other side. So now let's continue that same process on yet the other side of this case. Again, we'll just put two pry tools there. There we go. Again, much easier if you're not behind the camera. But this should just pop out now. All right, so we got 2 parts finally separated. Now that we have this top part open, it's time to decide where you want all your antenna leads to go through. And you have this mesh right at the top here. So we're going to get all of our leads ready. You got to mark them from 0 to 7, just so you know where they're going to connect to. I think I'm going to cut away this first top one here. So now we're just going to get our blue tape and we're going to mark all of our leads 0 to 7 once again. So let's get to it. Now we're going to get all of our 8 leads and put them through the mesh opening right here. And don't forget to label them 0 to 7, which I've done with the blue tape. All right. So now we'll put this cover back on. And we still have a lot of space to play with these leads here. Make sure that they all snap together. The next step is to remove this back heatsink. We just need a Phillips screwdriver to get rid of these 4 little screws here. So we'll keep our Torx for when we have to put everything back together. And we'll switch this out. And then just wiggle it just a little bit to get it up. Now there is a little bit of thermal paste, I believe, right underneath this. Just be careful because you do have this antenna connection right at the top. You don't want to damage that. And then here's the thermal paste right here. All right, now comes the fun part. We're going to connect all of our leads, and you can see them right down here. It's basically 0 to 7. Everything is pretty much marked on the bottom. You can see that it is marked right there. So now what we want to do is switch out those antenna leads and just follow the diagram there. It says 0524761. We're going to want to connect the leads to exactly that same spot. And remember, you did mark them, so it should be pretty easy to do. And when you take these out, be very, very careful. They are pretty fragile, guys. Despite this whole housing that's pretty rough, that's pretty durable, these little guys here definitely can bend. They definitely can ruin the connection. And that's why I recommended these toe-link ones, because they are a little bit more forgiving than some other ones that I've used in the past there. So let's get everything ready and swap out these antenna leads. Now when I take these out, personally what I like to do is just cover them with a little black tape, just so there's no interference. There's nothing that's going to get in the way. Again, that's just a precautionary step, but I recommend that you guys do it. So let's get to it. All right, so now we've gotten all the leads out and I've just covered them with a little bit of electrical tape here and just kind of put them aside, put them inside the casing, anywhere you want to put them. There is this GPS lead that you do not want to damage, so just be a little bit careful. Now, quite honestly, guys, I mean, after doing this for the first time, I would recommend you just buy a secondary one. I would definitely not enjoy having to take this apart and redoing all of this later on. But again, to each his own. If it's something you're comfortable with, go ahead and do it. I'm just worried about that warranty sticker that's on the bottom plate of the housing. T-Mobile might get wary and might not be too happy if they see a lot of people returning these. Now the next step is to get these leads and connect them, again corresponding to the numbers that are on the main board here. So let's go ahead and finish that up. Sorry guys, my camera actually stopped recording. I had no idea my card was full, but now we're back in business. All I did right now was connect all of the leads right on the inside here. Getting up close, just do a final test to make sure that they are seated properly. Yep, they all seem to be in good order here. And again, I just tucked away my cables on the inside there. Now just kind of thinking about it, if you're never going to return this, if you bought it to mess with it, you can always just cut them. I think that might be a good way around it, but if you don't want to damage it, or who knows what's going to happen in the future, maybe you don't want an external antenna anymore, you can always just plug them back in and, resell or do your thing. Just thought I'd mention that. So the next step is going to be to just kind of reverse the process and put everything back in place. So we're going to start with the heatsink right over here and put that right back in. Again, be careful of the GPS antenna right there. Just like this. And let's pick this up. And we have those clips right on the bottom, so just give it a little bit of a push. Now we're just about done, guys. So we got those 4 screws, the T10 screws that we gotta put all this together with. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, we got it. Let's put the faceplate back on. And then screw in the bottom 2 and we're done. Alright guys, so that is how you add the external antennas for your G5Ar. Stay tuned for my next video where I'm actually going to see if this has improved signal here in the New York City area, but it's always a great idea to add external antennas when you can. So thanks for watching, I appreciate it. If you have any questions, let me know. Now it's time to do the test and see how it goes.